topic is the early modern period, 15th to 18th century. Now I would like to start with the wonderful thought, if you want to be powerful, educate yourself. Today I am going to speak about one of the most fascinating and transformative chapters in human history, the early modern period, which spanned roughly from the 15th to 18th century. This era served as a medieval world this era served as a bridge between the medieval world and the modern age we live in today. The early modern period was a time when old traditions were questioned and new ideas began to flourish. Let us take journey through the key features that define the extraordinary age. The early modern period. The early modern period started with no agreement among historians. In 1453, there was a fall of Constantinople to the Turks. In 1492, the discovery of America was done. Now, causes of geographical discoveries. Reasons that made the discovery of new lands possible. Here, the growth of the idea that the earth was a sphere made traveling easier from the west. Here, technical inventions, compass, astrolabe, caravels, and more accurate maps made navigation easier. New mentality plus humanism plus will to spread Christian faith. End of the Reconquista to continue the expansion. Conquest of Constantinople. In 1453, need to search for new routes to trade with Asia, species and silk. Now I would like to call Farhan.
I would say about the silk road. The silk spices like cinnamon, cardamom, pepper, ginger, ivory, perfume, coconut, and other luxury products from Asia entered Europe via Constantinople. When this city was conquered by the Turks in 1453, Europeans had to search the new route to reach the Far East. Now I would like to call for the speech.
The explorations of Portuguese. Portuguese first went to explore the Atlantic Ocean southwards. Portuguese to reach India by sailing beyond the Cape of Good Hope in different expeditions during 15th century. They occupied the coast of Africa until nearly a century. They reached India in 1498. Madeira, Azores, archipelago of Cape Verde, Gulf of Guinea, Cape of Good Hope, and India, Vasco da Gama. In Portuguese new maritime routes and settlements enabled them to control on the coast of Africa and Asia, enabled them to control the European trade of gold, slaves, species, and silk. The discovery of America. Christopher Columbus planned to reach India by sailing west across the Atlantic Ocean, since he believed that the earth was a sphere. John II, a Portuguese, rejected his project. The Catholic monarchs accepted it. They signed the Capitulations of Santa Fe, an agreement that granted Columbus main voyage departure Palace Harbor 3rd August 1492, arrival 12th October 1492. Columbus made 3 main voyages from Spain to the New Land. He died in 1506 in Valladolid, still thinking that he had found India. Now I would like to call Ananya.
Thank you, Khushi. Now I'd like to continue my speech. So my topic is the Treaty of Tordesillas. To solve the conflict, the King of Spain and Portugal to sign the Treaty of Tordesillas 1494, which had divided the newly discovered new territories outside of Europe by using imaginary land located 370 leagues west of Cape Verde. Portugal received all the land in east and Spain received all the land in west. The Portuguese claimed that the new territories of America belonged to them according to the old Treaty of Alcaparras 1479, which had divided the discovered territories in the Atlantic Ocean between Spain and Portugal. Canary Island, Spain, rest Portugal. However, the Californias and the territories discovered by Columbus were to the west of Canary Island, not to the south. Thank you. Now I'd like to call Rohit to continue the speech.
power become unlimited. Point number 1. Catholic monarchies. Point number 2. Their invention. Now I will call Prachi.
Social changes. Nowadays, they classified but economic changes brought the social changes too. Nobility and high clergy kept the most privileged, still the most important class. Higher position in governance and army. In middle class, grew in number and in wage, demanded for more privileges. Reasons: freed from serving other, work in exchange of wage. Since the end of Middle Age, there were discontent between churches. Luxurious life of high clergy, little formal training and non-moral behavior of low clergy. Higher clerical and spiritual positions were bought. Sale of indulgences caused reformation of church in 16th century. A new scheme had two parts: Protestantism and Catholicism. When Protestantism has three branches: Lutheranism, Calvinism, and Anglicanism. The Protestant reforms. In 1515, Pope Leo XL anchored the sale of indulgences to finance the construction of St. Peter Basilica and Vatican City. In 1517, Monk Martin Luther published in 95 degrees as was criticized by the Pope and had excommunicated by the newly startup of printing press. In Lutheranism, aid location of Germany, Martin Luther began and the main principle were salvation is achieved by faith, not by merit, individual interpretation of Bible, rejection of Pope decision, only to schisms, no cult of women and the saints. In Calvinism, Indian location was Switzerland. John Calvin began it, and the main principle were based on the predicament salvation is determined by the God. It can't be achieved by faith. In Anglicanism, Indian location was England, and King Henry VIII began it as he declared himself superior head of Anglican Church, but Pope didn't accept his divorce from Catherine of Aragon. And the main principle, the king is the leader of the church. Salvation is achieved by faith, not by merit. No cult of divinity and the saints. Here are the picture of Martin Luther, John Calvin, and the King Henry VIII. After the Reformation, Christianity was divided into three main branches: Roman Catholic, Orthodox Church, Protestant churches. In Protestant churches, they were divided into three main branches: Lutheranism, Calvinism, and Anglicanism. After the Reformation, there was a cause of armed encounter between different European countries, which caused increase in economic intolerance. Thank you. Now I would like to call Farhan for further speech.
Now I would like to say about the Catholic Counter-Reformation. The High Clergy met in the Council of Trent in 1545 to 63, where they reformed through Catholic doctrine. Only the Church can interpret the Bible. Salvation is achieved by the faith and the merits. 7 sacraments. The Pope is infallible, and the cult of the Virgin and the saints. Now decided measure to improve the images of the Church. Sale of indulgence was forbidden. Seminaries were created by the clergy's education. Now I would like to say about humanism definition. Intellectual movement that changed the mentality of the age deeply in the 15th century. Now characteristics and inspiration in classical culture. Texts from ancient Greece and Rome were studied and imitated. Anthropocentrism. Human being at the center of the world instead of God. Medieval theocentrism. Now growing interest in science. Observation in reality, experimentation and reasoning to explain things, not faith. Now main representatives. Religious humanism. Erasmus of Rotterdam joined classical antiquity and Christian religion. Scientific humanism. Nicholas Copernicus formulated the heliocentric theory, sun, not the earth, as the center of the universe. Expansion due to Weber type printing press, invented by Gutenberg, who became cheaper, and revolution in education. Academy is where humanists met and share ideas. Platonic Academy is in Florence, example Medici family. Now humanism and humanity founded a new order to spread the renovated Catholic religion, founded by the Basque priest Ignacio de Loyola, devoted to teaching and preaching. They created school and missions to evangelize the new conquered territories. Thank you. Now I would like to call Francis for.
Now here we would like to perform a small activity on our topic, the promissory note. Now I would like to, there are 3 characters. maker, pay and witness. Maker who promised to pay the money. Pay a person who lends the money, and witness who verifies the promise. Hi, I need rupees 5,000 urgently for my school project. Can you lend it to me? I will repay it on by 15 January 2025.
Okay, I can leave you the amount, but please prepare a promissory note so that the terms are clear.
Sure, I will write it now. Date 4th December 2025. I, Pranshi Barot, promise to pay rupees 5,000 to Kulla Ananya before 15 January 2025.
Great, all the details are clear. Please sign it in front of witness.
I confirm that Francie Barrett has signed the promissory note today.
Okay, I can leave you the amount, but please prepare. Okay, I can.
Sure, I will repay. Sure, I agree. I will repay it on time. Now, I would like to say conclusion speech. Now, before conclusion, I would like to explain our models. Here, the model is of the exploration of Portuguese and the discovery of America. Here, the maps are of discovery of America and the exploration of Portuguese. Vasco da Gama reached India in 1498 by sailing. Here, the Christopher Columbus was he did discovery of America. And here, the model of our promissory note on which we have just now performed an activity. Now, I would like to call Ananya to explain her model.
So here is my model of kingdom. So a country governed by a king is called a kingdom. The nature of the king is produced in the kingdom, serving rulership and the governing, impacting of the king over his territories, impacting of his will, purpose and will. Now I like to call Arif to explain.
Red thread is for lead root and the blue thread is for water root. As spices like cinnamon, cardamom, pepper, ginger, perfume had entered Europe through Europeans because Turks had entered in Europe and conquered in 1453. So the European had to search a new route to transport goods to European and Asia. Thank you. I would like to give an answer to one.
At last, I would like to say that as we look back, we realize that the history was a timeless truth. When knowledge, courage, and creativity comes together, the humanity moves forward. And now I would like to thank Honorable Judge to share our views and to give us opportunity and to share our views on our topic.